I'm Liam.
I'm Penny.
And I'm Geneva.
Breaking news. Coral reefs all around the world are dying at an alarming rate because of toxic chemicals and sunscreen. Back to you, Geneva.
Here today I'm with Liam the fisherman and Penny the scuba diver. Now Penny, what has been happening to coral reefs?
As I was scuba diving, I saw a big group of beautiful coral, and then 2 weeks later, there is no more color, it's just a grayish white.
Oh, how interesting. And why do you think this is happening?
Well, coral bleaching is a big cause, but the main reason is two toxic chemicals in sunscreen called oxybenzone and oxygenate.
Oh, now Liam the fisherman, what have you been seeing in our ocean?
Well, as I pass tourist spots, I see people put a bunch of sunscreen on and go into the water. It looks like this big oil spill on the ocean roof.
And is it affecting your job?
Well, I guess yes. Over many years, we have seen less and less fish because the coral is the home for the fish, and with no home, they will die.
Well, now we have a very famous scientist, Dr. Carlos.
Hello, I'm here to tell you about how to save coral from dying and its effects. Coral is dying because of many different reasons. One is because of climate change, but the three main reasons are sunscreen, pollution, and coral bleaching. Just so you know, coral bleaching is when water temperatures get high and the coral turns white. The biggest problem are two chemicals in sunscreen called oxybenzone and oxynol. Now, what are some solutions to this problem? Well, one solution is to wear sunscreen that are not harmful to marine life. And just picking up the environment is so important. It will not just help coral, but help so many other things on our planet. Finding a solution to stop climate change and not being on your phone too long. Again, my name is Dr. Carlos, and thank you for watching the Skibidi News.
Well, it was kind of hard to get a perfect 90-degree turn and to get the robot to line up perfectly to get the mess up. One of the tasks I did was the squid, where you have to use the pusher and you have to push the yellow piece so the squid falls. One of the challenges that I faced was probably finding out which side to push it on and getting the perfect angle.
One of them I had to program is I would have to take the pusher off and line it up here, and it would have to drive over there to the yellow part. It would have to drive over here, and then the arm would have to go under and lift it up, like so. That one was tricky because it was really hard angling it upright so that the arm would go under the yellow part.
So what are some of the ways that you solved some of these problems? Did you do it by recoding and recoding and recoding, or testing and testing and testing, or how did you decide when your code was gonna work and when it doesn't work?
For mine, I would test it a couple times, and if it wasn't working, then I would go change my code.
The challenge in my code, because a lot of the times it would start over here, but the wheels weren't exactly going the same speed, so maybe it would go over here. And the way I fixed it was setting it up differently.
A challenge in my code was probably the 90-degree turn, which took a while to figure out. But some high schoolers came in and they basically taught us how to do it. So that was useful.
One of the challenges with my codes is that a couple times I've lost all my code and have had to redo all of it.
What has been your favorite part of being on the Lego team this fall?
Probably just working with other people.
Just having fun and coding and working with the robot.
Probably working with everybody and coding.
The snacks and when your coding actually works.
Do you want to demonstrate one of the tasks?
Sure. Do you want me to go first? Let's do Penny's. So for Penny's code, it will supposedly hit this, and then it will push that in. Like that. But it will do that. Maybe you want to try out yours? Angling it up is just a huge problem. So if you just angle it up by just a couple inches wrong, then it will mess up very badly.
Talk about the home spaces.
So there's these little red circles that if you have like 6 or 5 of them, they're 50 points. And basically how you lose these is by touching the robot outside of home, which
There's 2 home spaces. So if the robot drove out here and I grabbed it during the competition and brought it back, then we'd lose a token.
You'd also lose a token if your robot was more than a foot tall.
Yeah, it has to be a certain width and height. It has to be under. I think it has to be.
it has to fit in home space. And it has to be
Yes.
Including
12
all of
inches.
the attachments.
Yes.
Great. Is there anything else that you want to add about your experience?
You guys do pennies?
Pennies?
Or crab house?
Oh, do you want to try it?
Sure.
Take the rubbers off.
In a second, we can try mine.
And during the competition, they only have 2.5 minutes to do trying again for any of the tasks.
Good job. Also, the weight of the robot is a big problem because, like, if it doesn't weigh enough, it won't do some of the tasks.
Yeah.
You want to try again? Okay. Only if you want to. Want me to try that? Okay. And then for mine, you have to try to get the flag down. Sorry. You have to try to get this flag down when you lift it up, and this like thing will be on another team's table. So if the submerge is closer to the other team's side, then we get more points.
Look your arm around.
So I got the flag down there, so that would be 30 points right there. And then the judges would debate whether it's closer to our side or their side.